señora, está saliendo el trío ahorita en Rock Radio and More, abrazando a toda la banda rock and rollera de parte de El Tri de México.
¿Qué tal? How are you, everyone out there? Today, we're recording this live to tape episode of ¿Qué onda? That would be like what the fuck with that, right? Kind of can we say it like that? Well, ¿Qué onda means? Station. Yeah, I mean, I have to do every now and then. I need to dare and do this English version of ¿Qué onda? Or like a what the fuck, right? Kind of. Is ¿Qué onda means like a what's up, right? What's up with this? What's up with that?
More like what the fuck.
What the fuck, right? Hey, what the fuck with this shit, man? So,
hey, man, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, and I don't want my show to be canceled or be sold to Paramount or something. So I have to do at least once a week.
My technology will keep it from being sold.
They say, no, we don't want you. Woo! Well, anyway.
It's cutting out. We don't know.
We can always kind of explain things in Spanish. By the way, we have a guest that is not showing because has issues with his phone, but maybe he will come. Look, you have issues too. Look at you. Look at. Vamos a ver a Mr. Hey. This is so funny. I don't know if you're doing it on purpose, man. You look like the guy from Monsters Inc. Wider.
What the?
That's. Hey, are you the big food?
Holy crap, man!
That was so funny. Anyway. We want to talk about all these supernatural mysteries, beliefs, right? I'm fascinated with that topic. The other day, I don't know if you can hear me, but
I hear you great.
Oh, great! It's just your okay.
My picture keeps cutting out for some reason. I didn't know I was that ugly.
Yeah, well, Trump promised. Trump promised like a Wi-Fi everywhere. What's the problem?
Trump.
Hey, well, anyway, last year I was outside walking my dog, and this guy that is my neighbor, very good guy, a fan of Atlanta United, and great guy. And that we were talking. I sound like Trump. Great guy. And anyway.
He's a great guy. I got big hands.
Yeah. Well, anyway, the guy's like, I'm gonna see. Yeah, I'm gonna see. Yeah, because you're looking this way. I'm gonna try to look this way. Anyway, right, you gotta go the other way, to your left. Yeah, and no, the guy is like, I'm walking low key after a game, very kind of late Saturday around 12 or something. And I'm working my dog, and the guy, hey, do you go to the game? Me too, whatever. And then we start talking about soccer, whatever, and then and I say, oh my God, I hope God doesn't allow that. Or I said something about God, and then he said, wait a minute, you don't believe in that shit, right? And I said, yeah, what do you mean? And I said, no, you don't believe in there's a God and things like that. And I said, of course I do. It's very hard for me not to believe anymore. I mean, like for me, it's harder to convince me. So then we start talking till like at 3 a.m. He brought some kind of whiskey or bourbon or something and drink. I was having a good time. And then he said, so basically at the end, what I noticed that his problem was he didn't believe in a guy that is on, on top of, the clouds and maybe there's one. But anyway, there's he didn't believe in the conservative. He was a guy from a very, very famous, very technological university around here, very educated person, and he didn't kind of believe in, the Republican or the conservative God, like all those things, and that's why. But then he understood about, everything else, the science part of these weird supernatural things. How are you? Oh my god, don't leave me alone.
I'm
So how
not.
are you today?
I hear you the whole time. My video feed cuts out. It's so weird.
Yeah, we probably should have just pictures and we just talk. We need to do a cartoon of us, and we just do that, and we just do the damn audio, right?
2 Funko Pops.
Yeah.
Which reminds me, yours showed up, so I have to mail it to you now.
My what? Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's dedicate this show to our very good friend Christina. Just because.
Yes. Why the hell not?
Yes.
That's my cat.
So, okay, let's start. So, did you read anything about Jacobo Greenberg, the Mexican neurologist? Hey, cat, Mr.
That's
Cat.
That's
What's
Poo
his
Poo Head.
name?
Her name, Poo Poo Head.
Poo Poo Head.
Cabeza de mierda.
No,
Sí, eso es el nombre.
no.
Sí.
You name him like that? Poo Poo
Sí.
Head.
Porque es una Poo Poo Head.
Tiene caca, tiene nombre, su nombre es caca.
Sí,
Cabeza de caca. No, hombre, güey. No, that should be, you should be
Poopish.
you should be penalized.
No,
So,
it's cute.
what do you like about Jacobo Greenberg?
I don't
Jacob.
know what to think. I don't know what to think. This guy wants to fight everything. Kind of. It's like, okay, I printed it out.
Okay.
And I wrote notes because I'm really weird. It's really weird. He studied the human mind. And the thing, though, is that he seems to have accepted everything. He really didn't throw anything out in his studies. It's like, and I can kind of see where that comes from, because the human mind can pretty much do anything. But the thing is like, he when he got into shamanism and he never really made it whether he disputed any of it. So that pissed off
Get you mad.
Yeah, like he pissed off the conservative Christians, but the fact that he was studying it pissed off the shamans. They just, for them, it's like, you believe it or you leave it alone. You don't try to figure it out.
Yeah.
And so, he had.
Well, are you good with that? I mean,
No, I'm not good with that. But the thing is that he, everyone like where I started reading it and coming into it was people kept figuring out his disappearance is a mystery. And to me, it's like, no, what's a mystery is where his body is.
Yeah.
Because he had 2 enemies. So if one didn't get him, the other one did.
What one of the enemies would you consider his wife?
No, that would make 3 because I left her out of it.
Yeah. Who are they? I mean,
the 2 other enemies, conservative Christianity, they're radical people. You know, there's a lot of radicals in that. And then, of course, the hardcore shamanists, the hardcore native magicians, they want to believe in their faith so hard that they don't want an answer to it. They want to put, they want it to be their God and their God only, or their spirits and their spirits only. Conservative Christians the same way. It's either God and Jesus or nothing else. But they don't mind, like, investigating. The conservative Christians, well, most of them don't mind, you know, you studying the power of prayer and all that stuff. They just don't want you to come up with an answer with it that's not God.
Yes, and they don't want you to say things that are not in the book. They get very offended. That's why I stopped. I just recently, I'm missing my Bible study for more than a month, but it's kind of the thing is that I believe God is in us, right?
Yeah.
And it is just that you believe that you're nothing. I was talking with Zoila yesterday, a very good friend of mine, Susana Sanchez. And that idea, when we start believing that we are good, that we are this, then is when you start having a lot of issues. When you just truly believe you're nothing, you're just part of something else, like God.
Well,
Jesus did it. It's in you.
And the last conversation we had with Bruce, he brought it up. He's like, these people want to believe God in their terms.
Yeah.
And no, the terms are in the Bible. And in the Bible, you're a human being, you're a piece of shit. And God doesn't care about you until you start caring about him. End of story.
No. Jesus, look, I mean, Jesus is the son of a man, right? It is clear.
No, he's the son of a human being. Because Jose was his father, but he wasn't his father.
Yeah, but he is the man of God. I mean, he
is the son of God. He's born of a human.
No, it's in the in the Bible. He's the son of a human.
No,
yes.
In the Bible, he had an immaculate conception. The human.
No, but it's part.
The only human is his mother. That was the only human is his mother. Because God's an extraterrestrial.
Yeah, the son. Just Google it now. It's the son of a man. It's the son of a man. That's the son of a man.
It's translated to son of man, because what they mean is that he is the son of all human beings. He is the son of God, which means he is the head of man. But he is not. He doesn't have two biological physical parents. He has one biological parent, which is Maria, and then God. Okay, so Jose was like his adopted father, and Joseph was like his adopted father, and that, you know, he raised him and everything, but and Jesus is human. But,
okay, so it's human. So then, but it's that, and he said, "I'm the way to the Father." But it's also, he said, I'm not healing you, is you're healing yourself. Is your faith.
Once you accepted Jesus is the Son of God and the Holy Spirit, in other words, you start giving a shit about God, then God is in you. And you can do these things. You can start to do these things.
But let's leave that thing on the side, the what the book says. I mean, just to say, how do you feel? How do you feel about you, the relationship between you? Do you believe in God?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you believe? What is the relationship between you and him?
Like how do I connect with him or
tell me something between you and him. What it is?
It's complicated right now.
His Facebook said my relationship with God is complicated. Remember?
Yeah, I'd put complicated.
Complicated. Okay.
Because my thing is this. I believe in God. I believe in Jesus. I believe what the Bible says Jesus and God are. But then the rest of the New Testament, I kind of don't believe in it. Almost everything from San Pedro is political, and I don't believe in it. I question a lot of it. Not Pedro, excuse me, Paulo.
Okay.
Because I question it. It gets very political. It gets very legalistic, and it kind of counters what Jesus was saying.
Yes,
And
exactly.
so
They're trying to
now
make a church, and that Jesus was not about that. I mean, it was
Jesus was against church. He was
yeah.
okay with people getting together and praying and helping one another. He was a hippie. He liked community.
Yeah.
But he didn't like when it got extremely organized, because he knew it was going to go back to like how the Pharisees were and all that stuff.
Yes.
Kind of like how, like, I find the Catholic Church very interesting, but and there's a lot of things about them I think they got right, but the rest of them, like the whole hierarchy, like the Pope is the head and all that stuff, when you start studying their history, it doesn't gel. It doesn't, like, they're not really connected all the way to Peter and all that stuff, like they make themselves out to be. So but again, that's legalism. That's not faith.
Yeah, and then you got Santiago and all that, and it's fine. It is Santiago is James.
Yeah,
they call it James. No, and then here, and then in United States, they made Jesus a white guy with a green eye, and
that happened in Rome.
In Rome,
that happened before he got here.
Really? No, I think
no, the United States didn't make him white guy. When Rome accepted Catholicism, when Rome when Rome created Catholicism, when they accepted Christianity, they started making Jesus's appearance way more European. Now, as in Jesus. Now, if you're talking about Jesus like a cowboy or something like that, yeah, that happened in America, and the whole.
Well, anyway, it was definitely we're talking about here a system of beliefs and a system to kind of someter, control the people with these guys, with these rules that happened before 2,000 years, 3,000 years, whenever you want to. I mean, with all these books and the Bible, which I believe and I love reading, but then you have to think like what you just said about the statement about how it got so political. And yes, it looks very controlling. It is extremely controlling. They just want to control the mass, be a fear. We be like this because, and then you have to pay now taxes. Now you have to pay this. Anyway, but these guys, these shamans that you're talking about, it brings back the real deal of of what spirituality means, right?
Yes.
And then it's that's and I don't blame you. I never thought of let me see if I can put here my Dennis Cline. Dennis, you still well, you
still
don't have
sideways.
Yeah, you still sideways and no audio.
I'm still standing on. I'm still standing on my head.
Yes.
I don't know what's going on. All right, give me a second. Sorry.
There we go. I see him now.
Well, we all gonna be like that. Okay. I'm gonna take him out because it's also bad connection. Okay. But going back to Jacobo Grimberg or Jacob Grimberg, that is the whole story is kind of weird. It makes you think when you do his meditations. I did it once, right? And
Mhm.
I believe in when he talks. It's like this synergy kind of.
Oh no,
vibe.
he tapped into something. He found something,
Yeah.
and that something has helped a lot of people.
Yes.
But the thing is he was never able to flesh it out or get it more understood, because a lot of powers that be, I think this is pure assumption, because this is, I mean, you can connect the dots pretty easy, but it's kind of like it became a power thing. The
Okay.
old people who had power started fighting him, even though a lot of them were doing the same things that he was talking about.
Yeah. Well, yeah. The guy was so in every meeting that you see him, every interview in Spain. Are you aware of this guy? What's his name? The guy, the Castaneda. He was very
Yeah.
popular in the United States. I read his books. I read 5 books of him, and it really caused me a lot of issues, Castaneda, as a young man. But going back to what Castaneda had a personality, and he would just render in front of him, because Jacobo Greenberg had so much of so much strength and certainty in his knowledge that everybody will be like, yes, whatever. Some guy, and there's an interview, I think, in Spain, and someone wants to until he had to just shut up. Everybody was talking, everybody's listening. And where he explains, it's something very weird. Anyway, there was a video that I just saw recently where he was talking, his mom was talking, his brothers were talking about his disappearance, right? I always thought that he probably really disappears as a body, because the way that you can disintegrate in meditation, and that's and according to many people, you can probably feel like you just part of the. I have felt it, by the way, in my sessions of Tai Chi. I've been in that situation. Nobody can tell me no, because I've been there, where you feel like, what the fuck.
Yeah,
And
no, I mean,
it's a lot of exercise. It's a lot of
well, that's also why the government wanted to investigate LSD a lot. But the thing is that and I don't go against that. I've meditated and stuff to where I felt like that. Whether you really disintegrate or not, I've never seen anyone go that far. But this is why he was very confident in what he was talking about, because he's doing the same thing that Christina and I do. We want to really apply the scientific method when studying this.
Yes.
But a lot of people do not understand what that means. He did, which means that just because you apply it once doesn't mean that you've proven it or that you've disproven it. It's a repetitive process. You have to keep doing it over and over and over and over again, hundreds of times.
It's like playing tennis or something. I mean, if you keep playing, you're eventually gonna get the serve, right? And
but in this case, once you keep testing it, you're gonna get the answer. You're gonna figure out how it's done, why it's done, what did it take to do it. You're not just gonna figure out how to. It's not just going to be the fact that it happens. You're going to find out why it happens. And that's what he did. I bet you if you sat one-on-one with him, he will explain to you what the feeling is, why it's happening, and how it's happening. I mean,
let me finish
even in a non-spiritual manner, he'd be able to explain it.
Yes. That was when everybody's like, what the fuck? Who told this guy this? But I'm going to tell you this. To finish what I was trying to say, his mom is saying what happened with him. I mean, he explained the issues he had with his wife, and he was so mad and he was so nervous. And the guy talked with his mom, and he was nervous about his wife. His wife had the means and ways to probably do something against him, because the people, the family, her family could have just done something. They have the power to disappear him. So that's what they said in that video. I'm not sure. Okay, don't disappear me.
Yeah.
But the other thing is, this woman, or this the brother said that there's someone that someone close to them said, hey, I saw him getting in an airplane with all these weird people that were not military, but they were lots of black cars with black dressed people getting in an airplane and taking them out. And what he was talking about is what eventually the CIA kind of this, how is it,
The Men in Black.
that this classified the thing about the body, how a soldier can just get out of the body and just go somewhere else, and all these kind of things. They're already out there for our knowledge to read, that we have the power to just to just to have the
Remote
power.
viewing. Yeah.
Yeah, to get out of your body and just do an astral thing, or be in another place and be an spy or whatever. Anyway, going back to this, that's what they said. I just want you to know that. But the other thing that you brought to the conversation that I really like is this thing that you said, where the shamans, they probably didn't like that he was kind of like, for them is not like, you have to try. I mean, like the lady Paquita, Pachita, the lady, what's her name, Barbara Guerrero or something. The lady that there's a lot of videos of her healing people with her hands. We saw these videos long time ago, and she will just take tumors from people, and nobody understands why. There's another video of a very famous, very serious journalist in Mexico, Talia Fernandez, like me, and she said that someone very weird cure her, right, and heal her, and they told her that they can give her that kind of if she's willing. They want to know if she would be willing to learn all these skills and gift, right, to heal more people that were not from here. She explained that in a video. She talked about it, and she said, I had that. I mean, I was with them, and it was a weird situation in Mexico, and the guys were there, just hiding, but trying to train people before they leave. They were not from here. And this is a lady that probably could have ruined her career, her life, by sharing this, because she was extremely serious. It's like Barbara, whatever, the 2020 or whatever. Imagine someone like that saying, hey, I was with these guys from another, I don't know where are they from, but they really healed me. Something very weird, and they wanted me to let's see. Okay, anyway.
Whoa, he's right side up.
At least he's straight. But just leave it like that. How are you, Dennis?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I think
Can you hear me?
Well, yeah, with very bad reception, but it's okay.
Okay.
We'll see if we can anyway, so going back to what we were talking in the beginning, so Jacobo Greenberg, what do you have to say? I mean, so you think you were not very happy with his studies, or his do you believe he was what?
Well, me?
Yeah. Do you think that?
I think he's. I don't disagree with him. Looking at the videos and looking at a lot of stuff like that, he found something. He tapped into something. but and he used a scientific method, but he really did not put out the information. He just put out the results. And that's what has me kind of disappointed. I'm not like,
not just no. He explained how to get there.
not all of it. Not all of it.
No,
he did more. What he really explained in a lot of detail was what they call that. But it's like teleporting. Like remote viewing and stuff like that. He explained that, but there's a lot of healing energy stuff that he was always credited for that he never really took a lot of credit for. And he didn't really explain it. And I don't know if he just didn't know how that happened. And so he just didn't talk about it, because what he seemed to talk about, he was always very confident about. And he put it out there, but he didn't explain a lot of it. He only explained it like the teleportation and then the meditation parts. A lot of the meditation, like the prayer and meditation part. And
the meditation, it is extremely useful. That meditation where you go to the sintergia, la sintergia. Let me see, how do you synergy, right? Synergy theory. So that the way that you go there, it's so useful. If you try it, you can just like you can feel it. You can feel that if you get.
I'm not saying it's false or nothing like that. I'm just saying he didn't put. It's like me. Let's just say I found out what ghosts are. Let's just say I went there, but then I only explain one part of it, like why does it seem to only work with electromagnetic energy? But then I don't explain the rest of it. Now, granted, he had a lot of personal stuff going on to where maybe he just couldn't get there. I give him a lot of benefit of the doubt on a lot of things, but because he didn't have like the greatest personal life, but and that's what it is. It's like he only got to explaining, I guess, what the people were really interested in, or what he was really 100% sure about, one or the other. And a lot of the other ones, like, people gave him a lot of credit for healing. People gave him a lot of credit for doing a lot of things, almost Jesus-like in many ways. But he never got to explaining it.
I don't know. I didn't know that he was in the healing. I mean, he was with the healers. He was with.
That's what I'm getting at. That's what I'm getting at. He never got to explain it. So
I never knew. But he was not. Was he a healer? No, because
he never claimed to be. He never claimed to be one.
No,
he never.
No, he never.
That's what I'm saying. That's
what I'm saying.
Other people,
because he was.
People give him credit, but he never took the credit. But he also never got to explaining it. Why are the people saying this? Why are other people talking about this? He never got into any of that. And that to me is like, give me the whole picture, buddy, because this is getting interesting.
He might not have been able to. A lot of healers, they're not allowed to go into that sort of thing. It's humility. They don't want to take a lot of credit for that sort of thing. He studied with Pachita, like Eddie said earlier. Yeah. And there might have been a lot of information he wasn't allowed to give out.
That's why I said in the beginning, I put it into that and then I was forgetting about his wife, but he had two big enemies. One with the fundamental Judeo-Christian groups, and then with the shamans. A lot of shamans did not like the fact that he was talking.
Yeah,
and a lot of them made it abundantly clear. That's why I'm like, he disappeared, but it's not a matter of fact of where he is. It's where his body is. Someone got to it. They were not happy. And it forms down to power, because even though a lot of people want to run into shamanism and all this stuff, they're more natural and all that stuff, but they are in control of their little group. Every shaman that's making money out of this.
I don't definitely. I can guarantee that chamans, yes, they're not involved in that, but they wouldn't do anything to him.
I don't believe that. I believe every faith, every religion, everything comes to corruption at some point. One group at some point will be corrupt. And if you threaten them, and that's the way that person only makes their living, they're going to be angry. They're going to go well faced.
Well, the real healers, they don't care about much about their living. You know,
No.
it's
no, the real ones don't. But there's, like I said, if someone is making money out of it, if someone's making a lot of money out of it, there's a very good chance that they're going to get corrupt. And he was shaking a big tree. This man, just by talking the way he was shaking a big
he was
tree.
very aggressive. Yes. Right now, thanks to these communications, these things, the people is learning more and more. That you can heal yourself, but go to the doctor, of course. Let me put my disclaimers here, because you gotta do your own research and whatever, but you gotta go to the doctor if you're sick or whatever, okay? But you can always help with therapies and alternative medicine, food as medicine, I wanted to say. Meditation, that helps, because someone may say this. The other day, actually, Kenny, she said, yeah, if you stress out yourself when you have cancer and you're stressed and you're not in meditation, you're not in a proper kind of diet and all those kind of good things, the medicine will not work on you, or the treatments or whatever, because you're repelling them. But
if you don't unplug yourself,
a lot of the shamanism too, they're there to heal. All the shamanistic I've studied, there's no harm. I mean, you have both dark and white. You have dark magic too, dark shamans. He really didn't mess with those people. He messed with the healers, and that's what he was interested in.
But the thing
I don't know that he got into the dark shamanism at all.
Well, he may not had to have. It's the whole concept of that you're when you're finding out secrets. Well, let's put it like in a magician. If you find out how they do their tricks, and they get angry because you're now explaining to other people how they do their biggest, baddest trick. And this is how they make their living. But now all the magicians can figure out how to do this trick. And this guy is not smart enough to make a new one, on his own. That guy's going to get angry. How angry he's going to get is dependent upon him.
Yes.
And so it's the same thing with the shamans. If Grinsberg was revealing something that both sides use, but the bad side is the one who makes the big money off of it, because it can help with people who want revenge or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he is explaining it to everyone how it's done and how you can do it, and how you could probably do it without even having to be spiritual. Then what happens? They get angry. But now there's probably more than one getting angry at him. So he's dealing with like in Vegas, the odds. These 200 people, which one is going to get angry enough to want to kill him?
Yeah, you go to Las Vegas and start winning, they're going to just go after you. What the fuck with you, huh?
Yeah.
Tell us that you're not here. Get out of here. So
it's like, the shamanism is like Christianity. Not all of them are bad. Not all of them are Joel Osteen. Not all of them are Benny Hinn. But the thing is you still got those two guys there. So if you're talking about something that's going to go against their teaching, what are they going to do? Especially after bad mouthing you to the press doesn't help, because you're showing results. And
exactly.
That's what he was doing. That's what he was doing. I don't think he was bad mouthing these people on purpose or not. He was just like, wow, I figured this out. Let me tell people what I figured out. and he started doing it, and it started angering other people. And the other thing is, like I said, like when you mentioned his wife, I was like, he doesn't have the greatest personal life either. So it is quite possible that his wife was just getting angry at him.
Well,
in the end, he's got 3 enemies.
What the mom was kind of claiming in her video is that he was Jewish, Mexican Jewish, and he wanted to have a kid with a. He wanted to have a son. Nobody understands why she married her, and she wanted to have a son with a Jewish woman. And that's why if I'm gonna procreate, it needs to be a Jewish woman. So and otherwise, and then the lady got, according to what they saying, is that she didn't like that statement, right?
Yeah.
So it kind of he got in trouble. But anyway, and she says, the mom says that when last time they talked, after some kind of event, they were talking, and he said, "Hey, I'm living in my car." He had a combi, una combi. Remember the Volkswagen kind of thing, and he lived in the car there, and because he was afraid of his wife. And that's one thing. The other thing is another person saw him getting in hey man, you look like Obi-Wan Kenobi kind of effect.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Hey, look at him. He's oh my god, oh no, you learn from Greenberg. Anyway, moving to the benefits of it. Let's not talk about him, but let's talk about, what I wanted to say, I was saying in the beginning is how, when we watched the movie Close Encounters, do you watch it, Dennis? Do you watch it?
Yes, I did.
This guy looks so weird, man. You look like a ghost, man.
A ghost?
No, get closer.
Anyway, so the Close Encounters, that movie, it kind of made me feel so good. You know when it makes me feel so good? When I was a kid and I watched it, when they went to the India or whatever, this kind of thing, and a lot of people were chanting da 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 da, whatever, like that, and they, okay, that's how they talk. Let's kind of do that, do the music, and so that made me feel so good. I don't know why, because it's kind of like we've been talking to them long time in some way, and this is something that for thousands of years, but there's a lot of people like the white guys. I'm just kidding. No, kind of like the structure.
Richard Dreyfuss frustrates the heck out of me.
Yeah,
and a hot wife, he lets her go just to make mountains out of potatoes.
Yeah, no, I mean, like okay. Let's talk about the indigenous and the shamans and the people that are not in the science and all. They just, hey, this is the way I talk. This, okay, you want to teach me how to heal people? That's it. It's okay. I'm going to go heal you. And then la la la, crow, 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 crow. And then, and who cares about creating a corporation, using your knowledge to do jets or shits and other things?
No, most shamans are poor people, live off the land. In South America, you can go, they're all tribal people. They're very open. You go down and say, I'd like to study shamanism, and they're open to it. No. As long as they know you're sincere.
No.
But
no. Are you sure? Have you met them?
A lot of people have gone down there to study with South American shamans.
Okay.
Of course, they come back here and they exploit it. But the basic shamans, they're there to help people.
Yeah, but what I'm basically what I want to say is for them, the connection with these entities or whatever, it's more very spiritual. They don't want to know. I
Well,
got your point. Your point,
it's
William. What
not
you
a
said, Will. You
yeah,
said he pissed them off because he's
Mhm.
trying to create. Oh, there's this way, this way, this way. Yeah,
well,
whatever way it is.
well,
Look,
no,
I'm doing it. I'm healing you, piece of idiot. You don't have to go tell the people how
you
it
see,
works. Just learn to
Dennis
heal.
Dennis hit my point on the head. We go down there, the white guys or whoever you want to call it, I'll say it, the Americanized capitalist guys go
Yes,
Yeah.
down there. They learn the stuff from them. They come up here. They open a
and they
store
exploit
that
it.
sells. Yeah, they exploit it. That sells the crystals, the sage, the oils, and all that stuff. And they're making whole bunches of money off of this stuff, selling it to the hippie girls who do meth and play with rocks, who don't really know what they're doing, and they're making bank off of it. And then they'll have a problem and end up having to call me or some other people to come figure out what the ghost or the spirit they left unleashed in their house is. And
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
it's a big profit for them, believe it or not. You know, they're not making a religion, but they're selling all the stuff. Which, if you go down in South America, the shaman's getting it for free because he's planting sage, and he
That's it.
knows
Yeah,
where to
that's what
find
he
the
was born for.
crystals.
Yep.
Yeah, he knows
Yes.
where to find the crystals. He knows what Palo Santo is. You
Yeah.
know, and so, you know, but
Palo
these
Santo
ladies,
is so good, man. It's
but yeah, but let's look at it. You could go online right now and buy a candle that supposedly has the smell of Palo Santo, and they're telling you it does the same thing as actually burning Palo Santo, which it's
No,
not.
of course
It's
it's
an
not.
oil.
I ran out of Palo Santo, but I'd like to go, and it's the smell is so much the most beautiful thing. But what
Yeah,
does it what is that good? What is it good for? I mean, what would you say?
it's a cleanser. You know, Palo Santo is like sage in many ways. You can, if you if you burn it with the faith, you know, with your faith behind it, and you're telling the spirits you're not welcome and all that stuff, it kind of leaves a mark that they can see or smell or whatever that mark really is, to know that they can't come into this area and fuck with you. You know, it's you're not allowed. You're not welcome.
That's what you
But
Like
should
sage,
say,
but
right?
stronger.
When you
yeah, but
well,
stronger. It's like
they
sage,
they
but
said they
stronger.
said I just burned sage today because I had an accident today. Something burned in my kitchen, and the smell was horrible.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have to burn sage and other things to make that smell go away and to open all the windows and whatever.
You're
But I
using
was
it like a deodorant.
yeah, I don't know, I know. I didn't have other thing, and I didn't have something.
Yeah.
Well, I did have. Then I remember I had these stones. They smell so good and give good energy, and I burned them. They were good. But can I say? Can I ask you? So, but I heard that if you burn sage first, then you burn the palo santo,
Mm-hmm.
palo santo. You burn the sage first to like clean, like
Yeah.
get the fuck out of here, and then you do the other thing for whatever is the palo
Well,
santo.
the sage is like taking the broom, okay,
Yeah,
and the Palo Santo is like the vacuum cleaner. You know, you go into the cracks and you go in and you scrub it down with Ajax, and Palo
yeah.
Santo's kind of like that. But the thing is both of them are kind of doing the same job. So if you
Okay.
have one, you can use either or, use both or whatever. But the thing is it has to be the real deal. It can't be like what these people are making money off of, like the what do they call it, metaphysical stores, where we have this soy wax candle that smells like sage. You burn it and it keeps your house clean. No, it don't work that way, because that's not sage. That's a synthetic oil that smells like sage.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. But you say something, you do all these kind of crystals and things, and then you can the spirit, then they call you to go and deal with their ghosts. So can you say
All
that
this
again?
all this stuff is like a Ouija board, Eduardo. You're playing with things that you don't know, things
Exactly.
that I don't know, you know, and so if you don't know what you're doing, you're just opening a door and letting anything in.
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
Y-
you
so-
can get these crystals, you can get these things at the metaphysical shop, and you can start practicing them, and you don't have the right frame of mind. You're just getting drunk and thinking this is cool, and you're doing it. Well, what is your intent? You
yes.
know, you have to do all of this stuff with an intention. That's why, like Aleister Crowley, Aleister Crowley, I still to this day believe is the most wicked man alive. Not because
Yeah.
he's a bad person,
Mr.
potentially he was.
Crowley. Dun, dun,
Potentially he
dun.
was because his intention was all about him.
That's
He
right.
wanted the sex. He wanted the money. He wanted the so he did this all about him. That's why his rituals are sex, blood sugar. You know, what I mean, blood sex, and so he's wicked in that way. But he knew he was doing that on purpose. So he was kind of in a safe place for himself. But these people, a lot of these people are doing it. They get a Ouija board, they get a book of spells, they get this, they get that. Even the Bible, dude. Everyone's like, the Bible. No, look at Joel Osteen, look at Benny Hinn, look at all these corrupt preachers who use the Bible and distorted it to their own good. Okay, it's the same thing
Oh.
on both sides.
I just don't see why people they can convince so many people like Joel Austin and people like
Yeah.
that. How in the world people believe in him? I mean, it's like when did Jesus was about, hey, let's go to the Masters. Yeah, see you at the Masters. Yeah, see you at the
Well, yeah.
Republican convention. And
I'll let you in on
Yeah.
a secret. I'll let you in on a secret. These guys are not preaching that. What they're preaching is self-help. They're preaching the same thing that you get out of a self-help group. They don't even use the Bible in their sermons half the time. They're like, you can do it. You
Oh,
got to
yeah.
get up and motivate yourself. But you got to remember, don't be hard on yourself. Love yourself. Let yourself take care of yourself. Work out every day. But on a Sunday before you come to church, you can have your donuts and coffee and have a great day with me and with God. But then
Making
Monday,
it very
you put
easy.
your work, yeah, Monday you put your work clothes on and you get yourself into that work mindset. Remember, if you can't do it, no one will do it for you. Blah 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 blah. And that's what they're preaching.
Yeah.
They're preaching what everybody kind of needs every day, so the people like it. But is he preaching God? No. But he says God and he says Jesus every fourth word. It's like Christian rock music. What's the difference between that and a love song? They changed the girl's name to Jesus.
Yes, absolutely. Well, good point.
Yeah.
Good point. And one thing that I want to add to that kind of culture of making you feel good with your religion is this thing that oh yeah I just killed all these and rape all these girls and whatever. Hey, but are you good with Jesus now?
Mm-hmm.
You give yourself to
Yeah.
Jesus now. Yeah, I'm good with Jesus. Okay, you're good now. You're good. No problem. I mean, are
It
you
don't work that way.
kidding me?
It's
It's like,
I was talking
Yeah, it's kind
angry
of like
after the school shooting.
one of the Manson girls. She was in prison and she was saying she had born again Christian. They wanted to let her out of prison after what
No.
she had done.
yeah,
You know, that's
I
crazy.
mean, we need to be more accountable. And they always make fun
Yeah.
of the. When I was in that church, I used to go, and I like him, but these guys, they always make fun of the Catholics. They like to
Yeah.
always hit themselves and how do you say punish themselves and like
Yeah.
that. Well, I'd rather be in a church to punish themselves for whatever we do wrong. in some way because I want to train myself to be better. I mean, confession.
Well,
I love confession. Confession is the best thing I can recommend in religion and anything. Just confess. And
the Catholics acknowledged a part of the Bible that a lot of other Christian bases ignore, which is self-discipline. You're inherently going to want to do the easy thing, not necessarily the bad thing, but the easy thing. But the easy thing is usually bad. So you have to discipline yourself to not do the bad thing. But you know, Jesus also said, the thing is though, is what the other ones are catching on to, which is also removing self-accountability out of it because they want to blame everything else. The demon of lust got to me. The spirit of theft got to me. No, you wanted that. You went and got it. Okay. The devil didn't make you do it.
Yeah.
Right? But the thing is there's self-accountability removed because they're saying, well, in the end, if you really acknowledge Jesus, you're going to heaven. And Jesus said, yeah, if you really repent, even at the last second, you're in. But what are the chances of that happening when you got no self-discipline and you got used to doing the easy thing? You're going to probably die doing the wrong thing.
Yes. Well, and the other thing is that then is when it got political. Well, if there's something that it might be kind of iffy in the Bible, that might be that. I mean, you cannot tell me. Huh?
You had the thief on the cross. Okay, that's where this all comes from. That one thief who realized, hey, I was an asshole. I did everything wrong. This guy didn't do anything. And he didn't ask to go to heaven. He just said, you know what? I really think you are who you say you are. And I just hope you think of me. And then Jesus turned around and said, nope, you're going to be there with me, buddy.
Yep.
Okay. That's where that's coming from.
That's different. That's different. That's
what I was saying. What are the chances that you're going to be that guy when you're used to getting everything your way without discipline?
Yeah. For some reason, I mean, it's in your heart. And like you said, everything is intention. Going to school of law myself, I learned one thing. Intention means a lot for the rules of law, right? Intention.
Yeah.
If you for something you do something like for negligence, well, there's one thing, right? But if you go and do something intentionally, that's another thing, right?
But everyone wants to take it into that legalized matter where on a spiritual level, it's not so legalized.
No, but what I'm going to say is that everything is an intention. If right now I burned a candle that is not the right Palo Santo, but it's just a synthetical thing that is not really good. But if I really burn it and say, hey, I want my friend that has cancer right now to heal. I really want to throw my particles of life that come from here, my energy. I want to throw it to her. I want her to heal. I'm putting a wave towards it. And I know for sure, because for me, I have no doubt in myself about this faith. It's for sure. So it is in what you said. I'm just saying what you said. Intention is everything. If you put a crystal, if you put a crystal in here, I want to put a crystal here because I want this crystal to remind me that I want to be focused with my scripts, my commercials, my video productions, my show, my thing. And that will have a good spirit around there. That's what you meant, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But where it gets political.
Yeah, that's why it's so important. Your intention, if you do whatever your good intention, is going to come back to you as good. If it's an evil intention, you're going to get evil back. I strongly believe that.
Yes.
And then again, that goes into Jesus's talk. Whatever you put out there comes back to you sevenfold.
Yep. But sorry, you say what?
So whatever you put out there is going to come back to you sevenfold, another 70 times 70 times.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
And so that's why
Man.
it's important. It's
Man.
in the Bible.
Probably.
That's what I'm
Maybe
saying.
it's
It's
gonna
all
be
connected.
long. It's gonna be a long time, man, for
It's
me
it's
to be good.
it's all connected. But that's why there's that out. There's that out that the other religions want to put in there. And that's when Jesus, about the guy on the cross. What Jesus was trying to teach at that time, with that moment, was the fact that if you know you did wrong, you really don't like that you did wrong, and you believe in me, I'm taking you out with me. But it
Yes,
has, the intent has to be there.
in the
I'm
heart.
going to pull,
Yes.
I'm going to pull you out of this, but you have to really mean it. But the thing is that's at the end. What he's talking about is this happens at the end, because like, there are things that that some people are never going to have the strength to pull themselves out of. Some people, when they get into drugs and all that stuff, they may want to quit, but they can't. They're so far deep in there. But if you're really trying and your intent is to get out of this, when your time comes, what he's saying, I'm going to pull you out. But that's the thing. You still have to pay your price. You still have to get back what you put out. And
Yeah, I think that's where karma comes in.
Yeah.
I'm a strong believer in karma and reincarnation. And I think that's a lot of times we come back because of that. The things we did wrong, we need to go back and do them again until we get it right.
Yeah.
If you hurt
It's
somebody,
true.
you're probably going to get hurt.
Yeah, I strongly like a lot of people. I said the other day. Well, just going back to the intention and these people that go to church and say, "Yeah, I did all this wrong, and now I said yes, I'm good," and then again, "Oh, I repent in Jesus and I'm good." It has to be that it comes from your heart. You made it. You did bad choices, and it has to be right here in your heart that you fucking repent from what you did, and you really got.
Yeah.
Hey,
That you're not
in
going
my
to do it
opinion,
again.
yeah, and I believe in God and all that, but it's in me. Is the guy that's watching? Who's watching my fucking doings? Me. He's
Well,
always
Yeah.
watching me, and he's always judging me, and it will just create my karma. Right?
it has the whole, and it has the whole thing about what do they call those people? The people who enablers. Okay.
Yes.
All right. You like going to strip clubs and hitting the prostitutes at the clubs every weekend, and you know that's wrong. Okay.
Yeah.
But you don't repent it. You don't have any regret for the longest time. But then one day you see how it's damaging yourself.
Yeah.
What is the first thing you have to do? Remove yourself from the enabler.
Yep.
Yes. So
delete all the phone numbers.
that's where the intention comes in. That's where the intention comes in. And that's where the repent is. Then after that, you have to stop looking back. And that's kind of what Jesus was talking about when he says, when you got to change. Again, the woman who wanted to be stoned, and he says, don't do it again. I forgot exactly what his words were in the Bible. Go and sin no more.
Go and sin no more.
Yeah. And that's what he means. He goes, stop looking at what, if you really want to fix yourself, you have to make the change, and then you have to stop looking back.
Yeah.
And that's where a lot of people fail, because they're like, oh, the good times. Like, I have a friend and she goes to church and everything, but she still dances at the clubs. And I'm like, you think you're fixing yourself? No.
Yeah.
Every weekend you're going back, getting drunk, and doing all this stuff that you regret on Tuesday. You're not fixing yourself. And he tells you, I'm not going to help you until you make the first moves of actually trying to help yourself.
But maybe it's all you. It's all in you. You talking to yourself because you're being connected. You can connect with that high energy by fixing that relationship you have with yourself. And because you cannot lie to yourself. You cannot fucking lie to yourself.
It's about self, dude. it is about that, and that's, I said, self accountability.
Self accountability.
When you go to AA and all this stuff, that you got to find someone to hold you accountable. No, you got to learn to be accountable for yourself.
Yes.
Stop putting your effort into other people. They have their own problems too. They will fail you, whether they intend to or not.
Yes.
You know, that's like marriage. Why does marriage fail all the time? Because everyone is putting it into this fantasy land. He's going to save me. She's going to save me. No, you're both going to fail each other. But the thing about it is that what the marriage really comes down to is that you don't quit on each other, failures and all.
That's right.
You have to see the bad. You have to see the bad with the good. But society has been altered or indoctrinated into believe that perfection is possible, and it's not. Trust me, man. You know, Jay-Z and Beyonce, they fucking shit up every day. Taylor Swift's shit smells as bad as everyone else when she goes to the toilet. You know, Travis Kelce ain't shit. He played for Cincinnati. Okay.
Travis Kelce plays for Kansas City.
Yeah, but he went to the University of Cincinnati. He was a Bobcat.
Oh, okay.
That's why they're here.
Because most people are still wrapped up in the materialism.
Yeah, they're
wrapped up in material. You need to start thinking spiritually and get away from the materialistic thinking.
They're wrapped up in the fantasy that she makes for people to consume. And that's her business. That's how she makes a living. I don't expect her to stop that until she gets to Shania Twain age where no one cares anymore because there's someone else doing it. You know?
Okay. But we're judging. And that's another thing that we should.
That's actually not a judgment. That is the truth. And there is
but you're giving, but you're giving an opinion where the truth is what? The truth is
she sells material for people to consume that blinds them from the spirituality that they need to be going into.
Who? Taylor Swift?
But not just her. Anyone in that level of industry. Anyone at that level. I'd
have to say even he goes to the televangelists do it too. That's what they're doing.
Televangelists do it. Oprah
they're selling a product.
Ellen DeGeneres did it.
Yeah, but that's nothing wrong. I mean, you go sell tacos and you have a taco place. You're selling tacos.
There's a difference there.
But the people has to be responsible to go celebrate the songs of Taylor Swift or the concert of Metallica, and then go back to your shed. I mean, you're responsible. What do you mean?
That's the problem.
Tell me.
Metallica is not like, say, Metallica or Johnny Cash or the rock people that we grew up with. Not the Bon Jovis, not the Poisons and stuff. They were doing the same thing as Taylor Swift. They were selling a lifestyle with their music. Okay. They were selling a materialism with their music. Mm-hmm. Metallica, the most material they were selling was a record and a T-shirt at the concert. You had to buy at their concert until the internet showed up. Then you could buy it online. Okay. Taylor Swift sells all the gowns she wears on stage, all the clothes she wears on stage. She re-recorded her albums twice, and people don't pay attention to this. Why did she start doing that? Because there was a big gap between her albums. So to keep herself relevant, she did the smartest thing she could. Re-recorded her old albums and resold them in between. Okay.
But you know why?
Well, her reason why is one thing, but the fact that she did it and spent so much time doing it back to back was a cash cow. You can't ignore that. And she sold more than just those records, Eduardo. She sold the clothes that she was modeling on the album covers. She's selling a lifestyle, and she knows this. She didn't create this business, and she didn't. I don't think she even intended to get.
Well, okay. The question is that bad for you?
Selling a lifestyle is.
That's judging. That's judging. It is true.
It proves people bad. It proves people get distracted, Eduardo, from what they really need to be focusing in.
Okay. You have right now. Show me your T-shirt.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lifestyle. You are only but a lifestyle
But I'm
person.
not entirely all the time. No.
You are. You in my
No.
life, in my opinion, but not bad. I mean, I like. I
No.
like seeing you because you remind me
Okay, Eduardo,
being me, and I mean,
you flipped the script. Okay.
no.
Yes, you did. I'm talking about the seller, not the consumer.
Okay.
The consumer doesn't know any better. The seller does. The drug dealer knows what he's selling to you, and he knows he can kill you with fentanyl. A lifestyle seller, Joel Osteen, Benny Hinn, okay, those televangelists we're talking about, Oprah, they know what they're doing to the public.
No, but that's different. That's different. Oh, wait.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, no, yes, but Taylor Swift doesn't want you to be like put your hands on the radio and I'm gonna heal you. I mean, she's not doing that.
Neither did Oprah.
Oprah?
Yeah, Oprah didn't do that.
No,
okay.
But the other guys really have people under control, under them control.
There's different levels of this. There's completely different levels of this that are acquiring the same thing because of the demographic you're going for. An older person is going to go, an older person who's went through hell is going to go to the Benny Hinn and the Joel Osteen. A younger person who hasn't done through shit is going to do it by having fun. Okay? That's where you and I, as younger people, went to. We went to the parties, we went to the drinking, we got ape shit crazy. You know, we did all that. That's how we got pulled out of it.
We moved away from it because it doesn't work. We had to get back into the spiritual part of it.
And I'm not also saying that I'm not even also going into the level that I think Taylor Swift looked at all this and said, ooh, I got like a horde of fans that are like religiously following me. I'm going to do this. No, I don't even think her intention is to hurt anybody. Her intention is to keep making money until this machine stops and I can't make money anymore. But the thing is, and it's not really just her behind it. There's a whole bunch of people behind her that's keeping this thing going too, that are like technically above her. But the thing is up that ladder, someone knows what's going on and they don't care.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay. I understand that part, but saying that, don't mess up with Taylor Swift. She's I love her.
With her like crazy because I'm not marrying her and getting her money.
There you go. You're jealous. I love her so much. And you know what?
The thing is this, Eduardo, you're not going to be able to attack it above her.
I don't listen to her. I don't listen to her music, never. Mm-hmm. But I don't mind if I listen to her, but I really appreciate her entirely, everything. I went to see her concert one time, long time before she went so expensive. I bought tickets for my daughters and me. And one of my daughters like, can I bring a friend with your ticket? I said, what? Fuck you. I said, I'm going because I want to see. This is a lady that I really start liking her because Kanye West make her look bad one day. And I like her. I like the way she went to Saturday Night Live and did the skit and the monologue song. And I like when people do not let other people just to push them around and fuck you. She went like you know what? She behaved very good that day in the MTV Awards, and she did amazing, and she comes ahead. But let me tell you something. She has a lot of money behind her before
That's
anything.
What I mean. If you're gonna fight this system from stuff like that, you're gonna have to attack it where it's gonna hurt you the most, which is with the person you like, because everything else above her is highly protected. very highly protected. And I don't mean like the Illuminati or none of that crap. I'm just talking about very rich business people. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, when people get angry about Trump and all that stuff, it's like, you can attack him all you want. It's not going to stop anything. You're going to have to attack under him the foundation that he's standing on.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he falls, he's going to fall. But no one does. They just attack him. So that means everyone who's behind him who created that foundation, they're hunky-dory. They're happy.
Yes.
Okay. I learned this with Nirvana. Now, I'm going to hit something I really love. I love Nirvana. I love their music. I love Dave Grohl. I love his music. I love Foo Fighters. Okay. Kiss. I'll even go further. Kiss. That is the greatest example of what I'm talking about. Okay. I love Kiss. Eduardo can tell you guys. I love Kiss. All right.
I'm just waiting what you're going to say. Say something.
They're technically, and
Taylor Swift.
The way I like to live right now, there's no difference between them and Taylor Swift.
No, exactly.
Not at all, except they're retired. Okay.
Yeah.
They're pieces of shit, in my opinion, as human beings.
Especially Gene Simmons. Gene
Simmons, yes. I still love their music. I still have all their records. I'm not buying anything new from them.
No.
That same fact, because the more I see this, the more I'm like, it leaves a bad taste in my mouth, who they are as human beings. Their art, on the other hand, I still like it. I still enjoy it.
Yeah.
But their art could be, this is my thing. They sold more than their art to me. They sold a lifestyle.
Yes.
Let's rock and roll all night and party every day. And that almost killed me. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. And that is very dangerous. Now, did they intend on trying to kill me and all that stuff when they started this? No, I'm pretty sure they didn't. There were a bunch of young guys having a good time, like all young guys do, drinking, partying, having a good time. They came into a great act. Okay. It got famous. It got popular. And they got to the point where they were able to manage themselves and cut the foundation that created their thing. But they realized, I have to keep going this way if I'm going to keep making money. They tried to leave it. They took the makeup off and all that stuff. They almost died, bankrupt. So they went back to their old game. Boom. And Nirvana, the same thing. Look at how they sold the grunge lifestyle when Kurt Cobain died. That lifestyle did not exist when he was alive. That whole grunge stuff, it was just a type of music.
No, the grunge thing, it was already, he was alive.
It was only in Seattle. I lived it. It was only in Seattle. It didn't exist in Atlanta. 99X barely started when it came out. That stuff was only in a small region. It was not nationwide. It became nationwide after he died.
Yeah, but you got a good point. Yes, it's true. I started living it. In a certain time when I started, I was working in the Mexican consulate, but it was not enough money. I had two babies, and I had to deliver Chinese food and pizza. A very popular Chinese chain that came out. And I started delivering at night, and I met all these young guys, right? Most of them white dudes, right? And then they had they invited me a couple parties, right? And they listened grunge. That's I still have the cassettes they gave me. Say, hey, listen to Stone Temple Pilots. No, listen to this. And so I was listening while I was driving. Stone Temple Pilots, Pearl Jam, all the grunge.
Soundgarden, all that stuff, yeah.
Soundgarden, yeah, and MTV did a good job on that. But I remember 92, 93, MTV, 93, there was MTV 94 before he died. MTV will just play all morning. I remember before going to work, I will watch couple, 3, 4 videos with before I go. I didn't
Uh-huh.
drink coffee back then, but I remember being there watching videos like a Soundgarden and remember Meat Puppets? The
Mhm.
Meat Puppets. I love the Meat Puppets, man.
See,
That's
I remember all that because I was, big into the music, big into radio, big into all that. And right before 94, even though grunge existed and these bands were popping out, it wasn't sold as a lifestyle. It was just, this is new rock music. They were
yes.
barely even calling it grunge. They were like, this is new rock music. And it was at 99X you went to go listen to it. You went and listened to it at 96 Rock because they were the rock station. 99X was the alternative station. That's where they played like the Smiths and Morrissey and all that stuff. It was more like a college station at the time.
Yeah.
You go hear Tori Amos on 99X.
Yes.
You heard Alice in Chains on 96 Rock. But when they started marketing this as grunge and alternative, that's when they started putting it on 99X.
You have Cranberries on 99X, right? Cranberries, Smash.
But then all of a sudden, Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Soundgarden, because they started selling flannel shirts and boots and all this stuff. They started selling a lifestyle, and that they were about not so much about partying and drinking, but about smoking weed and taking drugs, and doing heroin. And so they started shifting and selling a lifestyle with it about being the depressed poet. when I lived it, I didn't see it that way. I'm not going to lie and say that I saw it that way back then. No. But when I got older and started realizing what I have to start really focusing on, if I want to keep going and keep being productive and helping myself and helping others, I started seeing that they weren't selling me good art. The artist maybe was, and the artist may have been so young and naive that he didn't realize all this other product that was falling behind it. But then when they got older, they had to keep doing this because that was how they make their living.
Yeah.
And sometimes I think that's why, like, Chris Cornell probably killed himself, because he saw when he reunited with Soundgarden during that tour, he saw what they were doing to make money and he didn't agree with it anymore.
Yeah.
Sometimes I wonder that stuff.
I don't think it was like that, but you got a point. It was a crash again. I said, what am I doing this? I mean, I was already in this other kind of level in music, singing other kind of things. And all of a sudden I'm here again. Why am I here? Because the money, because you're selling memory to people that is nostalgic. I just got divorced and I want to live again my 15s and 18s and 20s.
Henry Rollins said it best, because Henry Rollins, Black Flag, he said if he started living and singing music again, he'd kill himself. He goes, I'm too old to be doing that. And I've gotten a bigger life. I've gotten a better life. I've gotten a more fruitful life. He writes now. He writes poetry. He writes political things. He shares his old music old music that he likes on a radio show and stuff like that. And I'm like, he's like, is it as big, as fancy as it used to be? No, but I'm happier.
Yes.
And I really think that if you keep buying into a lifestyle, you're gonna lose that, because you're gonna keep thinking you have to get more, you have to get more, you have to get more, and you're gonna sell out if you do something else. And no, man, it's called growing up. It's called living.
No, and I got your point. Going back to spirituality, that we were talking about the healers and all these things that we believe and things.
Well, that was the point that I'm getting to. Those people don't believe in this stuff. The healers and stuff don't believe in this other stuff that we were talking about. That's why the true healers, the true shamans, the true priests, the true preachers live a simpler life. They don't give a crap what kind of jeans they're wearing. Well, some of them maybe do, but most of them don't. Okay, we're all different, so we're all going to care about things a little bit different, stuff like that. like me, I'm never going to lose my love for rock music. I can teach the Bible and listen to Ozzy. I have no problem with it.
Yeah, me too.
You know?
Me too. I don't understand why, but I was telling the group of the Bible, the people that I was with, I was telling them that I learned more about the heaven and hell with Black Sabbath than in a church.
Oh, you
I mean, I really did.
A bunch of people in the Christian music industry, when asked what they think was the very first Christian rock song, and based on lyrics, and they went and put it in AI, to find it in ChatGPT. ChatGPT said Black Sabbath by Black Sabbath was the first Christian rock song.
Yes.
Just on the lyrics alone.
Yeah.
And I went and read the lyrics. I was like, yeah, they're right.
When you said
they're
that.
right.
Yeah, and then you go to the Rainbow, the band, the Gates of Babylon, and all those weird lyrics. Not weird, but they're very deep in knowledge for you to understand.
Creeping Death by Metallica is the Passover.
Okay.
About when you have to put the blood over the door so that death doesn't kill your firstborn.
Yes,
that's what Creeping Death is.
Yeah.
That's Exodus. That's Exodus 12:12, I guess, right? When it says that they were mistreating. Guess who? The immigrants. They were mistreating Jewish people, and a lot of people is like my Christian friends that were saying, yeah, because God wanted to test the Jewish people, make them strong. No. God was not testing never the Jewish, was testing the people, the Babylonian, Babylon, tested Egypt, Persia, Greece, Rome, the other one, I think I got all of them. They got destroyed, those empires, because they mistreated the immigrants. Stupid idiot.
Well,
do not mess up with immigrants. Always treat immigrants great.
You want to get really freaked out? Go read Sodom and Gomorrah again. Tell me. It's not about gays. It's about how they treated the angels.
Oh, okay.
They were selfish. It was about hospitality. What he punished them about was how they were treating the people who came were supposed to give to them. They didn't feel like they should be treating them better. But the family that got spared was the one who was treating the visitors, the angels, better. Everyone else, dead.
Yes, please understand that. You gotta really treat, immigrants is the business of God. And if you just don't pay attention to that, you're fucked. Imagine the guy that decided to leave Venezuela to walk all the way here, and damn it, he made it. And the Mexicans crossing, or the Cubans swimming, or whatever, and he made it. And you just gonna say, "No, you go to jail with it." Fuck you! You should give him a yeah. And you're welcome. You're man, amazing. You got your green card. You work.
The Cuban who made the truck into a boat should be hired as an engineer. Okay. Well, I didn't hear it. I didn't hear what you said. The Cuban who turned the truck into a boat should be hired as an engineer.
Yes. Everyone. There's someone. Hey, there was a guy that, rest in peace, Marcelo Reyes, I guess. He used to buy me commercials, TV commercials, radio, and all that for his restaurant and his tortilla factory. His story, one day we were doing the jingle. We were doing his jingle, right? And we did with a mariachi. So we were having a rehearsal. And I always, the sons, a couple sons, they always did all the contracts and the blah, blah, blahs with me until he wanted to meet me. So I said, Eduardo, I want the jingle to be with real mariachi. Is that possible? Yeah, if you pay for it, yes. Okay. So we did rehearsals, and he got me drunk all the time. He was not happy until I was drunk. And get another tequila. Give him another tequila. And it was so nice, man. Rest in peace. The guy told me his story. The guy he had to wait more than 24 hours in a tree back in 70s or whatever, right? And or I don't know when. He was young. He went to a tree because he was hiding from La Migra at the border, and then the Migra left, and then he just continued, and he ended up in Atlanta, and then he did his business, and he had a lot of employees, and did his living. I never saw him again, but anyway, at the end of the day, immigrants are. I mean, we all immigrants. We all move from one place to another. We keep going, but okay, going back to spirituality. That thing, those guys, like Jose Silva is another guy that I forgot to tell you. Jose Silva is from Laredo, Texas, and the guy did el método Silva, the Silva method, right? He helps you train your brain and do things and excel and blah blah blah. So my brother, my oldest brother, Dennis, you knew, rest in peace, and Evaristo, rest in peace. My sister, she's alive, but they were all older than me, 20, 16, and 14 years older than me. I was a little kid. So they have to go to this. They were going to those training things, the Método Silva. They call it mind control. So what, and then I had to be someone, they hired someone to take care of me all the time for their courses. They went like a month or something. They were doing as a week. I don't know. So I remember they go every night together to this mind control thing. So when I grew up, when I was 7 or something. And then when I grew up, I was 10. I started reading the books they had. That probably they never care about it. But I started reading the damn books when I was 11 or 12. And I started applying everything in my life. The shit. So for me, I have the book. I still have the same book that I stole from my brother or someone in my family. And I started using the examples of, okay, rewind. What happened? You did this, and you're always doing the same shit. Rewind it, do it again. Do it again, and your mind. Do it again. So I was a quarterback one day. I was 12. And this big guy let me be a quarterback for him and his team. We were playing just like a, what is it called? A tochito on the streets. Yeah. But I really want to be a quarterback. And then one day I did great. I said, you're the quarterback. And then I started being the quarterback. And then one day I was so bad. Anyway, that night I reviewed my video. And I noticed one thing, right? I was looking at the guy's pressure in me. And instead of watching the receivers. So I couldn't find myself in my video, the receivers. So I said, fuck no. So the following day we play every night. So I don't care. I mean, I'm just going to if I focus on the guys, I'm going to release the ball quicker. So boom, 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 boom. So I said, this shit works. You review your tapes and just fix your tapes. And then I start talking about these things, the frames. The frames, you don't like something, you put them in a frame and just destroy it. Or the different frames. I start using it and I start repelling a lot of shit and bringing a lot of things. I wanted to be a guitarist. I ended up being a guitarist. I wanted to find a band. Everything I have done in my life is because that method. Okay. And what I was telling you the other day about remember we had a great conversation, you and I, William, before the show and then in the show too. Remember about the quantum physics and the time. Oh, you saw me. You like that, right? That example, Dennis. Dennis, you watched the game, the show,
the game,
the game. No, no.
You gained 100 yards.
Can you? So not me to say it in this show. Can you explain, Dennis, what I was talking about? Because I want to finish
the table.
Yeah.
The table.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're getting it from a different point of view. With the table, you're just seeing a short part of it. So I'm saying we only see a part of reality. We don't see all of it. And when you
Yes.
get to a higher point, you're looking down, you can see more of it.
Yep.
Yes. So
The same.
basically,
Most of us are like that. We only see a very small part of what's reality is really going on out there.
yes.
You're only seeing what's in front of you.
Yep. Yep.
And only the frequencies that you can see, because
Yes.
it is proven right now. If I do a test on my computer, because I have a software for audio. If I say, "Hey, give me the frequency 938, the very good frequency 938 hertz," it will give me this. Woo! If I want 10,000. But if I go to 20,000, I cannot hear it. If I go lower than 20, I will not be able to hear, but it's still there.
It's still there.
That's what I was talking about, Eduardo. Now with the ghost hunting, remember we used to use that box.
Yeah.
Remember that now they don't. I mean, they do so you can hear it better, but they don't have to. What they're doing now is they're taking it, and when you kind of hear something, they're isolating the frequency. They're finding the frequency that sound is on, and you're hearing the ghost voices on that.
Oh, so is a machine? It's a new thing?
They're just using like recording software that you can isolate the frequency. You still kind of have to sort of hear something to find out, where it is on the recording. But once they find it, if they don't know what it is, they isolate the frequency and you're hearing it.
So you basically, okay. Well, at the end of it,
I don't know how to use it.
Just as the audio, I understand it very well. I practice audio every day, but about the visuals is the same thing. You can only see certain frequencies, and this that I can see is in a certain frequency, but there's a lot of frequencies below and a lot of frequencies beyond. And what I was going to say, but I'm not ready to talk about that right now, but I would probably personally explain you some. Remember that I told you, William, that you were able, what I wanted to say, imagine in this flat surface, I was telling the other day, you have different things right here, right? Items right here. But if I just see it from here, like this, like that, I will see there's things going this way and things going like all over here, right? And if I say this is the future, right? This is the past, right? This is the present, okay? And then I say, okay, that thing is in the future, that thing is in the past, whatever I don't remember. But then if I go and say, okay, wait a minute, everything is in there. It's like a right? It's not like a pass. I'm just allowed to see this thing, but it's still everything is there.
Yeah, and then when coexist at the same time.
They coexist.
And the thing you're only because of your perspective.
Yeah, and then there's a lot of the conversation can take like a couple days just without stopping. But someone said the other day that it's kind of proven, or whatever the science has proven, whatever, that everything is in circles happening all the time. That's why you can go from places. And what did I say? Remember, Will, I told you, I know because for a fact that I have proven that I have done those quantum jumps myself. And I'm gonna talk with you. I remember. Those kind of things. I will never share them in a public thing. But one day I may talk and say exactly what it was that I did a jump in quantum physics. But I said definitely. I told you this, Will. Definitely, I cannot be younger myself, but I can get into. Remember, like let's say that I really miss being with my family, wife, kids, and everything, and la la la. And I remember that. And, oh my God! And I used to have a friend that it was my friend, but then we lost. We hate each other. But if I try to do that jump, you cannot go to the same situation because there's a lot of people involved. But then I said you can go to something similar to it. And then once you're there, even that guy might be your friend again for some reason. Like, hey man, why? I don't know, whatever. I don't know why I don't like you anymore. I mean, I stopped talking with you, and then you end up being. There's a lot of things that start happening. The same aromas, the food, and things that start coming to you, and it's proven. It's fucking. It happened to me again, and I can talk about these things over and over. But definitely, what these ritual things and these healing things, I don't know what they use, the chamans or this pachita, the lady that they used to heal people. uh, I mean, it's undeniable. It's undeniable
Yeah.
that it's true. We can heal ourselves. We can change our direction. We can we can go anywhere we want, and in
This
certain
is
things.
this is something I touch into a lot, especially with like my ghost hunting. I've told you this, Eduardo, and I don't talk about it a lot. It's not that I don't want to. It's just that a lot of people, because of how the world is right now and how how we're indoctrinated, don't understand, and it's kind of like they have to go backwards and reprogram themselves to be able to understand this. And what these shaman and healers are using is just energy, the
Yes.
frequencies, the energies, the light, the heat. They're not using fuel. They're not using it. Well, they could, like the heat from burning wood and stuff like that, but they're not tapping into energy like how we normally use it and consume it. They're tapping into just what's around them. The mystery is, and it's almost on an individual level, is how they're able to apply it to the result they want. Healing someone from cancer, or healing someone's emotional energy, or whatever it is that they're doing, curing a cold, whatever. That's what that individual is able to do with it. And they learned or figured out how to manipulate it. We're all capable of it, but we all have to return. Well, not even really return, just get to the point where we can feel it. And then
Yes.
after that, I think it becomes natural to the people. And for a lot of us, it's very, very hard because we've never been taught that. We've been taught you go get a needle and inject yourself with this and stuff like that. And in some ways, medicine is very necessary, because if you have a damaged pancreas and your body is not making the hormone insulin, you have to get it in you somehow. If you got cancer, you're going to have to find a way of getting it out of you. You can heal yourself, but if you don't know how to stop it, you got to be able to stop it how and then work from there. And that's, I think, where a lot of people get confused anymore. They don't understand, because we've been indoctrinated to become consumers instead of people trying
The
to figure
lifestyle
things
you were
out.
talking about is very.
Yeah.
Here is where the lifestyle you were talking about is creating this culture of distraction.
Mm-hmm.
That is like, okay, I have
But
cancer, I'm gonna die. Okay, I'm gonna die. No, you're not. You can.
Yeah.
You can if you do.
but where I'm talking about that lifestyle thing is hurting people. It's hurting them with how to think. If you pay very close attention, this lifestyle thing, this becoming a consumer thing, is teaching you not to think for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You're giving stuff. This is why, like, for instance, in relationship, women are like, so what you gonna give me? And then you turn around and say, well, what are you gonna bring to the table? Nothing. I'm the prize. Well, where did that come from? Everyone wants to say feminism. It's not feminism. It's that you were taught to be a consumer. You were taught to receive. And what I do to get it is pay you a little bit of money, but then I get it. And it's like, no, if you want to be healthy, if you want to be a right person, you almost have to get it to 100%, not 50-50, 100. You give it all, you give it all. I receive it all, you receive it all. and you go back and forth like that, and that's where I think these healers tap it into. Why? Well, I'm not giving you, when I'm trying to heal you, I'm not giving you a little bit of energy. I found out how to give you all of it, and that's why it works. But we're not taught that way. We're taught about, I'm going to give you 50%. You better give me something back before I give you the rest.
Yeah.
Well, we live in that culture. Definitely, we live in that culture that is like
but selling lifestyle is how that was taught to us.
Yes, and then we lose the reality that is that we are healers. We can be healers ourselves, and we are losing the contact with God and or my body, which is God, be in the right frequency to go back to where I can flow. I can ask whatever, and it can happen. If you say, "Hey,"
and then where that mentality gives us is to feel like victims.
Yes, and you read my mind. If you are thankful every day for what you got, but you said, and what else is possible? Show me my next thing. It will happen. It will. You're just gonna go every day like that. It's
because the thing is when you don't get, when you're no longer consuming, you feel like you're left out, and you feel like a victim. I don't have a girlfriend. I don't have a date. Women don't like me.
Exactly.
How about you get out of your house, stop playing video games, and go meet one?
Hey,
and if you need to bad, go meet another one.
You know what, man? It's I hope you already saw the movie because you're your close friend, but we're gonna have a song of. I created a song, right? You know the song, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The missing out song.
Don't give too much information. You got the
no, but it's an opening coming. The 9 is coming on the 10 is the movie, the viewing.
Yeah,
and then we have that. The movie is on the 10, but the song comes out on all platforms on the 9. Anyway, it's touching this movie is touching a lot of the strings that you're moving, right? And I'll talk more about this movie because it really is my biggest thing I have the week that I have done with this team. Well, with my and the recent years, and that I did it with my daughter, right? That I really enjoy doing the daughter and all these younger filmmakers, and it was such a great thing. And everything that you just said at the end, man, it's yesterday. My friend healer, she came here. She did a massage, and we talk about her business. Her name is remember when we played the Let's Meet Rock. Remember when we went to the Monday night?
Oh yeah.
Remember that she was there with Romy. Remember Romy played it?
Yeah.
Her name is Susana Sanchez, and so she was telling me she did the healing, and then we had another conversation about energy, spirituality after the show, after my therapy. And she said, "Okay, who are you, Eduardo?" You know, the question that is very important, and I said, "You know what? I am very happy." And she said, "I love that answer." And I said, "No, but you know what? I have got better answers." But anyway, she said, and then we came to the conclusion that we are nothing. If you say I am nothing, but you really believe you're fucking nothing, you are really, really fucking nothing, right? We are nothing. I mean, come on, just think about it. I'm fucking nothing.
But
and
think about why that works.
Yeah, and then that's when becomes
the game.
No, but that's what I want to say. Once you really feel it. You said that just recently. When you really, really feel you're fucking nothing, I am nothing, you become everything. And
Yep.
it feels so good because I have felt it. I have felt where it's I'm fucking nothing.
When
I honestly feel it. I'm nothing.
when I used to fight and do the karate and the martial arts and all that stuff when I was a younger kid, and my
Mhm.
dad being a Marine would teach me fighting stuff and all that, he used to always tell me the most dangerous person in the room is the person with nothing to lose and nothing to gain, because he has nothing to prove.
Mhm.
And that's
Mhm.
very, very true. And it's hard for a lot of people to understand because people always feel like I have something I need to prove. No, you don't. There's nothing that you do that no one else can do. You have nothing to gain. Really, you don't, because you're not going to leave with the money. You're not going to leave with the car. You're not going to leave with the house. You're not going to leave with the clothes. You got nothing to gain. It's just useful for you at the moment. Okay. And you got nothing to lose because none of it's really yours. Since you're not taking it with you, it's not really yours.
Yeah.
This for
And
you.
what's real, it's just for you to use right now. And so if you understand that, there's two things you can do. You can fight to the end or you can walk away. Neither one of them is going to bother you.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I was trying to say, you said, Dennis, sorry, I'm going to erase that. Dennis, you said about you believe in karma, you believe also in reincarnation, right?
Yes, I do. I believe there's been enough research done in that it almost proves itself. Uh, Especially with children remembering past lives. It's just something that's there, I think. And what we do is going to come back on us either in this life or the next one.
Well, the
But
Bible
It's
actually
just
and if
teaches
you
on
have,
it too.
I believe that if you have privileges, like God gave me in this world this gift, right?
yes,
Gives me this gift to whatever, and with my gift, I'm gonna use it to help these people. If God gave me the option of making money, right? I have a lot of money. You're not gonna take it, but if you use your privilege to help others, I believe that's when you're born rich.
yeah.
That's when you're born rich, and then
I think that's why you're given the gift is to help other people with it. And in so doing, you're helping yourself too.
yeah, it's only just what is my gift and how can I use it for others. That's that's a good thing. Something I might share it in another time. It was like I said, I think that's my gift. One day I said, I was kind of like, no, no, no. I was trying to kind of denied something in me that I said, no, no. And then I said, you know what? One day I said, I just closed my computer. I said, fuck it. This is my gift, and God wants me to be doing this. So and I said, I'm done. I'm done because uh I'm gonna say it very quick. I was trying to work in a restaurant, right? That I used to go there, but I always end up talking with people, and then and people. One day, this guy comes in, sits. He was with his family, and then his family, and then he comes and sits with me, and then the family left him. And they said they came in different cars, so they left him, and he stayed with me for like 2 hours or something like that. Crazy.
Wow.
And then the following, and it's always like that. And then I came to my, and then I'm with Aymerich knows that. So and
Yeah.
then I'm on my computer one day, and I saw him coming, and I really needed to finish that, and I really like being in that restaurant to work. And I saw him coming in the parking lot, and I said, "Oh fuck, I got my stuff." And I look at the bar, and there was one spot, and I knew the guy. The guy was there sitting. It was mute. The guy was mute,
Yeah.
and And I said, "Oh, perfect." So I got my stuff and I put everything there. And the guy comes in and says, "Oh, I'm in here." So I start working. I start working, and the mute guy, start talking to me like, whatever, right? Well, we're watching,
Yeah.
and then I start watching and say, "Oh yeah, yeah, whatever." Yeah, I will respond to him. I say, "Yeah, interesting." And la la la. And then he uses his noises, right, to communicate with me. And I said, no, fuck. I mean, come on. This guy, I have never seen him talking like that. He's always quiet there. And with me, he's like a and it's like I said, no. That was 2009 or 2010, just a little bit before I was getting separation, my divorce. And then turn off everything. I said, fuck God, that okay, I got it. I got it.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's my thing. I need to figure out how am I gonna manage this thing. But forget about this technical shit. Bye. I wanna use my gift is talking, talk with people, listening. I need to get better at listening, I guess. but I believe people likes when you talk too, because they be you share, and then they like to share more, and then they keep blah, 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 blah. Anyway,
Yeah.
do you want to add something to close maybe before 2 hours, because I don't know if with two more than 2 hours I will be allowed to reschedule to repeat this show. So you want to add something? I don't care if we can always do another one. I
You talking to
think it
me?
was who
Yeah, you spoke
both,
the least so far.
yeah, you say something. You want to say something, Dennis?
Well, just that we have to remember that I like to say that we are just eternal energy, eternal spirits having a human experience. Eventually, we're going to leave this body and go back to where we came from until it's time to come back. We have to keep that in mind. We're here to interact with other people and help them as much as we can.
So beautiful.
That's the thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I try to live by that we are just basically we are spirit having a human experience.
Think
I
about what
love
he
that.
said. Think about what he said and look at what's going on now. This is one of the reasons why I can't be so passive anymore. Even with stuff that I like. Like I said, I brought up Kiss, I brought up Nirvana, we brought up Taylor Swift. I don't hate her music. I don't hate her art. There's a couple of songs of hers I really, really do like a lot. But the thing is the machine that she's in
Yes,
is
she's
separating
part.
people more and more. I mean, people like that. Everyone's talking about it's hard to date now. Yeah, because you're afraid to go meet someone because they've told you all men are bad and all women are gold diggers, and they've
Douchebags.
And we can't interact with each other because you've been told you can't, not because you can't.
Because fucking Taylor Swift.
Well, it's because of what the machine is selling around her.
Yeah,
and kind of her too, because a lot of her songs are breakup songs. But she has the right to speak her emotions and create art with her emotions. That's what art is for, but it gets sold on to people like, yeah, this is how it is. And this is why men suck and blah. And like, if she really believed that, ladies and guys, she wouldn't be engaged to this guy.
Yeah.
She kept trying. She kept putting herself out there to meet other people. And granted, she had to meet people at kind of her stage because they understand themselves more. But that's she did that, and that should really be the lesson. But what society is selling is like, look at all these breakup songs she wrote. People suck. That's what's being sold.
You're afraid of becoming a song, right? There's like a
kind of, sort of, yeah. I mean that's what is being sold. Don't be her next song if you're a guy, you know?
Yeah.
And no, what should be sold is she had all this heartbreak and she kept looking. She kept putting herself out there. But that's not what gets sold. What gets sold is that, and look at this wonderful dress that she has that you can work 5 weeks to try to buy and not be able to afford dinner that week.
Yes, yeah, exactly. And at the end of the day, yeah, she's good and all that and whatever, but you got a good point. Everything is becoming that kind of machine that
Yep.
keeps you distracted all the fucking time. And instead of listening guys like Roy Waters that would just go out there and say bullshit. He comes to Atlanta and he puts a pic and puts the word Trump and all that, and he doesn't care. He's trying to teach, and he's trying to, I mean, Uma Uma, you know, all those albums, or Sid Barrett stories about musicians saying their soul, and they're not trying to become a fashion. They're not trying to, they're just trying to really say something.
Two big stars that are getting badmouthed so much now because they're not selling what the machine wants them to sell anymore. If you pay attention, this is really why they're getting badmouthed. It is Russell Brand and Jim Carrey. And also Adam Sandler now to a degree. They have unplugged. They're not.
Russell Brand is the guy with a lot of tattoos?
No, Russell Brand was the guy who used to be married to Katy Perry. And he used to
yeah. He's very good, right?
Yeah, he's very spiritual, but everyone keeps trying to hold his past against him. And he doesn't really care. And then Jim Carrey, let's remember how huge Jim Carrey was. He couldn't make a movie without it being huge. Okay?
Yeah.
And he made really ridiculous movies. But why? He's unplugged, and he doesn't really, like he says, it's going to have to be a great script for him to go back in to make the movie, because he doesn't agree with what he used to do anymore.
Yes.
He goes, this was ridiculous. This was me being artistic, but it was started being sold as a product and what you should strive to become. And he goes, no. He's like, I was insane. He goes, he's like, I was really insane. I was drinking, on drugs, making silly art, but because I was hurting, and I was doing that to cure the pain. But they saw it as that, if you're like him, you should be doing this. And then Adam Sandler, the same thing. He tried to make more mature movies. Every once in a while, someone liked it, but they were like, no, we want you to do this. And he's like, they stopped me from growing because they wanted to sell this. That's why like the new Happy Gilmore on Netflix. Watch it. It's not what you think it's going to be.
The new Happy?
The new Happy Gilmore. He made a sequel to his movie Happy Gilmore, and it's different.
In Netflix? Or which one?
Yeah. It's on Netflix. And it's still silly. It's still silly. But it's not like how the original one was. You can tell where he's injected his real self into this. And especially at the end. The end is an homage to his old friend that I forgot the name of the actor, but he used to be on Saturday Night Live. He was fat and always played that character who pulled his pants up.
Yes, Chris Farley.
Chris Farley?
Yeah, yes, Chris Farley. The end of it is a homage to him. And you can tell that he's trying to say, this is why I'm not this way anymore. Because remember, Chris Farley died of a drug overdose. And he was doing the same thing as Adam Sandler. And I think that's the problem with the machine. They know that if you grow up, there's no one for them to sell to anymore. There's no way for them to make money.
I like the movie where his girlfriend always forgets every day, and he needs to remind.
50 First Dates.
50 First Dates, right? And then and she always forgets about him, and has a tape, and then always forgets and always forgets, and I remember in that movie he's a player. Remember, he's like always getting women in this bar, And then he says something very cool in that movie that probably is what I like about movies sometimes, that they try to teach you one thing that is very, very good, very important. He said, the girl's like, oh, he's pretending, this blonde, very, very like a exorbitant kind of blonde. She's like, yeah, I'm ready to go. Oh, I want to go because I'm drunk or whatever, right? And let's go to your apartment. Say, hey, lady, there's no alcohol in your drink. I mean, I told him not to put alcohol. There's no alcohol. If you really want to have sex, you don't have to pretend you're drunk, right? Or something
Yeah.
like that. It's like, and that's one of the things that makes you think that be careful when you're with women, like in a bar, a friend, and they kind of need to feel like they have to say, hey, I'm drunk, so let's have sex. No, if you
Well,
wanted to have sex with me, why don't you just said, hey, I want to have sex with you, without saying I'm drunk? Because then I will say no, because then you're gonna claim that
Well, to
I
me, it makes it even worse because it makes me realize that a lot of people can't think for themselves. They have to do it the way society says it's acceptable.
yes.
And to me, that's just not right. You know, if
But
you
what
want
do
to
you
have
mean?
sex,
What do you
you
mean?
have sex.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
girl,
what I'm.
look look at the way the girls are. If you're, oh, I can do this because I was drunk. But if you're
Yes,
not drunk, you can't do it. It's like, why? Why? The
because they
biggest
want
question for me
you.
is what?
They
It's
they
because
they.
society says that they're worse if they did it sober.
Yes. Yeah.
And they can't think for themselves. It's like, no, man, no. You know, if it's like
It's
this.
a friend of mine said it very. You know this person. She said if you cannot own it, don't do it. If
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have
Well,
sex
that's
with
it.
absolutely.
you, and in the morning I will own it, and I don't care.
Yeah.
If
If
we're not
if
anything, if we're not couple or whatever, I just want to have sex with you, and I'm gonna own it, own
if
that.
you can't do the time, don't do the crime. Plain and simple. If you can't go to prison for murder, then don't murder.
Yeah. Yes.
I
Yes.
mean,
It goes back to karma. It goes back to
Yeah.
yeah.
karma.
Yes. Yeah. You just build up. I mean,
Nothing's free. This is why I don't like this whole consumer mentality. Nothing's
Yeah,
free. You have to pay for everything, not necessarily money. It could be time, it could be emotion, it could be whatever, but you're going to pay. You're going to give
that's
something.
right.
And,
Every
and
word, every thought, every action you do has consequences, good or
yeah, and
bad.
I was going to use an example. I was on one of my, I can't remember which one, but on one of my pages, I was speaking out of anger from because of the shooter at that church
Yeah.
with the kids, and I was like angry that they were calling the guy by his changed name, his woman name. Okay, and I was like, no, he killed kids. He loses all of his rights. He goes back to how he was and all that stuff, you know. And I do kind of believe that if someone commits murder and all that stuff, they should be erased. You know, not necessarily that they're killed, but when they're in prison, they don't get you don't acknowledge them by their name or nothing. They become a number. They become a thing. And we take care of them. Yeah, we feed them. We give them the basics, but they're not allowed to have any luxuries. But I was, when I was thinking about it later, because some people were getting angry at me about it, I was like, why are they getting angry at me? And I started thinking, well, one, I'm talking out of anger. The guy legally changed his name. You know, the society that I'm saying I'm part of accepted the name change. So yeah, call him by how most people know him, so they know who they're talking about.
yes.
It's we look at things from a perspective, but you have, like I said, there's something to pay. How is he paying the price? Well, everyone knows that said person did this now. So they're going to have an opinion about him that's not going to be pleasant unless they too are an asshole. And so, yeah, once he gets the punishment, which he can't get because he took his own life, but once he did, if he stayed alive, Yeah, once he gets into prison, wipe away his name and all this stuff. Call him number 55682. You know, and until he pays his price.
You know what? I did not wanted to see that new this week. I did a little bit of cleansing with news, and I've been helping myself, but I saw that something happened in a church, and then I just changed the channel. And it's a kid died, right? One kid or two kids? Two kids.
Two, I think.
And school too, or whatever. And I said,
it was at a Catholic church.
It's a Catholic church, and they were in a classroom. We're in a classroom.
No, they were in the church
inside.
They were having mass.
And then what happened?
They had a protective thing that when it's a school mass, they lock the doors so he couldn't get in. But he barricaded the exit door so they couldn't have an emergency exit. And then he started shooting through the windows.
Oh,
at the kid. Yeah.
Was he aiming for the kid, or he was just random?
He was aiming. No, he was wanting to take out kids. Whether he was really capable of aiming or not, because they were stained glass windows, I don't know. But he wanted to harm children. That's what the investigators are saying.
And the guy is a girl now.
Yeah. Well,
and what is his bullshit? I mean, what was it?
They haven't released. If they found out, they haven't released. They were only capable of reaching his mother today to find out what was going on. She used to work there. His mother used to work there, and he used to go to mass there. They don't know if he went to school there or not.
Yeah.
And so
it's a shame. I saw it, but I saw it, but I said no. I refuse to keep going. I tried to this week not read all these things, and I've been feeling so good. But anyway, it's been a pleasure. I just want to continue talking about all this that it goes along. You know, that is the supernatural. You want to call it? I don't know if it's UFOs or it's dimensions, or I don't know, but it is more than proven. There is something inside me that will continue its journey.
Yeah.
I mean, and something about, I don't know who's handling strings or whatever, but there's something going on that I will never, I will refuse to say that there's we just right here like animals and we just die and nothing happened. I mean, that's not true. I was telling in the beginning of
a little bit of all. I think it's a little bit of all. I think there's a part of it that we're just animals and just here. I think there's a part of it that's spiritual. I really think that we are meant to experience things from so many different points of view. You know, like you said, you're seeing it from here, that when you get above, you see all this other stuff happens. And then we're going to have to experience it from there. And we're going to have to experience it from there until our consciousness gets a full picture.
All these people that
the evolution, part of human evolution and spiritual evolution go hand in hand. So
exactly, and this is the funny thing. And you said it, you guys. I mean, when you die, you're not gonna take anything. Okay, it's just your spirit. That idea of don't come to my land, don't go. It's like a fucking dog barking inside a fence. And the guy's trying to come to help him, give him food or something, and the guy is like, you are in your damn animal fucking nature, trying to protect something, and then the thing this. I mean, living like a tribal lifestyle, like them or us. Frank Zappa used to have an album, Them or Us. Are you with us or not? I mean, it's like, I'm not with you.
What do you mean? It's not true. That you or them or us, and all that. It's like, it's not true.
We're all in this together.
These borders are imaginary.
Exactly. They don't exist.
No, and everyone goes, well, rivers. Well, we made bridges, so that border no longer exists too. Okay,
exactly.
And you know, and then a lot of people is like, this is my land, this is my house. Well, it is your house, but it's not your land. You can pay your mortgage completely, and the government can still kick you out if you don't pay your tax, because your tax is the rent to the government to be on that land. It belongs to the. If you want to say at a physical level, it belongs to the government.
And even if the government takes that shit out, you're not gonna take it. It's gonna be just like this. You're dead, and where's the fucking land?
In the end, it goes either to the government or a family member. That's it.
Yeah.
All you take with you is your experiences and your memories.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And you leave your decisions, who you were, your kids gonna take that from you. And then whatever,
it'll be a memory and completely forgotten within 100 years.
Yes.
Doesn't matter who you were or how famous you are. Like, people know the name George Washington, but they don't know who he was. They know Abraham Lincoln. They don't know who he was. These young kids
Mozart,
don't know who.
Beethoven?
Even Mozart. Even then, all we have is their music. We don't know who they really were as a person. Same with John Lennon. Ozzy, in about 50 years, people are going to hear Crazy Train, but they're not going to know who he really was.
Yeah.
They'll see old episodes of the Osbournes, but they won't really have a good picture. Yeah. They were never able to go to a concert and experience him, or go to a book signing and experience him face to face.
What he suffered to, his dad. His dad did to buy his PA, because the stupid Tony Iommi didn't like him.
Yeah,
and finally,
that stuff, people are not. All of that stuff about him individually, people are not going to know.
Exactly.
And that's what I always said, is the trap of fame. For a little while in my life, I wanted to be famous. And then when I started meeting famous people, I started understanding no one knows you, even when you're famous. Yeah. They just know what you're projecting.
The mask you're wearing.
Mm-hmm. I mean, is Katy Perry really like how she is? Is she really that dumb? I don't think so. I mean,
I have so much respect for her. Why? Well, why dumb?
Well, remember, she went to space when she really didn't. She just went to the outer edges, and of the planet, and came back. And it was all about girl power. But then when you look at what she was really trying to do, she was trying to promote her new album. She took a little trinket that's on the album and all that stuff. And I was like, is she really that dumb? And it's like, no, marketing people paid for her to go up there, who were marketing her album. She was just doing her job. And now you look at her on tour, and all these people showing the stuff on tour, and you can tell she don't want to be there anymore.
She doesn't want to be what?
She doesn't want to be on stage performing this stuff anymore.
She said that?
Just by no, but you can look at her on her concert footage from where she especially the show in Mexico that was supposed to be recorded for like a TV DVD thing, and they dumped it because when you see a little bit of it, she's like, I don't want to be here. I'm beyond this now.
Really?
But she doesn't have.
Didn't know. I mean, I know there's a lot of shit going on. People, to be honest, I probably will be doing the same if I have an album coming and I go to the space. I will take a fucking picture of how everything looks, and I will make a cover of that shit. But you know what? Not now. She
didn't, because she was supposed to take selfies, and she was supposed to make a video and all this stuff for the promotion company. Okay,
got it.
Brittany said it the best. People have been asking her why she hasn't put out new stuff, and why. She goes, I don't want to be a product. These girls are not like Lady Gaga. They don't have total control of what they do and what they say and what they put out. Taylor Swift, until recently, really didn't have that control. Lady Gaga always had it, and that's why the record labels and the industries have been trying to block it, because she came in at a time when they didn't really experience anything like this, and she got control. But look at what she's doing. She ain't putting out the product like that anymore. She made more of a rock album, did a handful of tour dates, and that's it. And it's like, why? Because she wants to change. She wants to evolve. She wants to do things differently, and she can.
And good thing that you bring all this. And this is I might put this in a video that I want people to the new musicians to hear. What you said, Lady Gaga is like a Led Zeppelin. Like or like many others that they said, you know what?
She was something very different and came in, and the industry didn't know how to handle her, but they knew they could sell it. Led Zeppelin, the Beatles, same thing. Okay. Yeah. But they stopped it for everyone else that came after her once they got used to it. Okay. Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, the couple of the other girl groups and boy groups around that time were a product of the record label. They were created
Pink
by the radio. Pink. I never really followed her too much. I liked her music.
I like her. Like she said, I'm not Britney. No, what was the song that I like about her? It was she said, "Doctor, help me, protect me from myself." Or what was the name of that song? The Pink.
I don't remember.
She was amazing. I mean, I grew up my girls with that music, so I kind of I know all the songs. I have to listen to them.
Britney and all those girls, they had like 15 people write one of their songs. It was like song by committee. They didn't create their own music. You know, they performed. Pink wrote her stuff, so she was kind of different. Lady Gaga wrote her stuff. She was and performed her own stuff and had the whole concept, you know, before she got out there. She was Madonna was one who was very much like her, you know, or she was very much like Madonna. Then later on, yeah, she got other people to help her write songs and stuff like that, because, you know, you have to have more of an output and you can't perform every day. You get burnt out. And, but she always had more control over her own stuff. But then when Gwen Stefani popped up and wanted to go pop, she had to get like 12 different people to write one of her songs. And that's when the industry realized, well, we just put a hot girl up there that's a little bit more modern and we can put out a product. And so when girls like Avril Lavigne and stuff came out, they had a really, really freaking fight to create their own product because the industry didn't want to let them. So it was kind of like, okay, we'll let you create your own music, but we're going to manage your image.
Yes.
You know,
we got to control you.
Yeah. And so that's how stuff like that happened. That's why now you got Avril Lavigne looking like a 40-year-old teenager on her albums and stuff like that. It's like, no, man, this looks dumb, but they still have control over her image. And she writes punk music. So let's make her look like a punk. And it's like, no, man, don't you even realize how stupid Green Day looks now at 60 years old looking like this? You know, it's like, it's
Green Day is good. I mean, I like him. Have you seen them live?
Yes, I love their music. I just don't like that their image is still the same as when they were young men.
Okay, got you. Yeah,
you know, they should be looking like someone their age up there playing the music. You know, that be proud of it. And just like these guys would. It's an honor that you're able to be here this long, still doing this. You know.
Yes.
And you don't have to go into the theatrics. You know, people would actually come to see you be you. You know, I think the Ramones did it the best towards the end of their career. You know, they look like old guys singing old songs, and they had a great time. Sex Pistols, I don't like the Sex Pistols when the original ones reunited, did the same thing. They looked like old men playing punk songs. Now they're back out, but with a different singer. And they're trying to
nice. I want to see them.
Oh, they look horrible. The music sounds good, but they look horrible.
It's fine. Who cares? I mean, when I saw Cream, the band, like 10 years ago or 12, 15,
Mhm.
I saw a concert somewhere, a friend of mine, and in the band room. Brian, remember Brian?
Yeah.
I saw a concert there. The drummer looked like he was ready to just go to the funeral, to the grave. I mean, he was like, oh my god, so old. I
Yeah,
don't
but
remember if it was
I
so
don't I
old,
don't
but
mind
it's
I don't mind that if they're that old. I mean, look at this Black Sabbath with Ozzy. Ozzy looked like he was already dead. Everyone else looked like 2 days later.
see you later.
The Rolling Stones, the same thing. We go there to see who dies on stage. Maybe we get lucky.
Hey, they never die.
But
Big Jagger's still there.
no, Keith Richards is going to be the last person on earth.
Man,
He was
Keith
probably,
Richards, yeah.
he was probably here. He was probably here before God showed up. Adam and Eve's like, "Who's that?" And God's like, "That's Keith. He was here when I got here."
yeah. I saw a guy here. Oh, that's Kid. Don't worry about it. He will be around there playing the guitar.
Is that the devil? No, that's Keith. Don't worry about it.
No. It looks like the devil. No. It's Kid Richards.
When the end of the world pops up and he sees the sun blow up, he's going to be like, "Oh crap, we're supposed to be on stage."
Oh my God, what should I do? Man, it's been what he said?
I like that. I like the fact that they're wearing it with pride. Yeah, they dress nice because you should be presentable, but they're not sitting there trying to act like they're 30-year-old selves, or their 18-year-old selves. I mean, I like that. Poison goes on stage now not wearing their tights. They're in jeans and a t-shirt. If they're going bald, they put a bandana, but then they'll go, "See, I'm going bald." And I like that crap.
Who's that?
Poison.
Oh, I saw them. They're very
They're
bad.
great. I think they're better now than they were.
Well, I saw him one time and they didn't sound good. But maybe a bad day. That was a bad day.
It may be, but if it sounded really horrible, yeah. But they usually don't sound good to start out with. It's like Bon Jovi. Everyone's like, Bon Jovi. No, man, you go see them live in concert. It doesn't sound as good as a record.
No, because the problem with all those bands, they
were highly produced.
They were like, oh,
yeah.
I mean, they need to change it for something like acoustic, right?
Oh no, you want to hear horrible now? When we get off, Google
Guns N' Roses.
David Lee Roth now solo.
Oh, really?
He makes Vince Neil sound great now.
No. I like David Lee Roth. I mean, I like that he did this album, that.
Yeah, but he needs to stop. He doesn't need to be on the stage performing.
That he did this album, this whole acoustic thing that sounds like bluegrass or kind of how do you call it? Devil, running with the devil.
His voice now is good for that, but when he goes in concert, he has to sing the old Van Halen stuff.
Oh yeah,
he don't have that. He doesn't even have that energy anymore.
Yes, he plays it.
He's not like Sammy Hagar, because Sammy Hagar, the reason he can kind of still do it is because he works out a lot and stuff. He kept his body to where he's like, I'm not at the same range I used to be, but I can pull something off.
Yes.
And I think David Lee Roth still likes to tip the bottle a little too much.
What's the name of this thing that is that it's a project that he has with all this music, like a Van Halen music, but it's banjo and very country or acoustic.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Running with the Devil, but it's running with
yeah, they're playing it in bluegrass
kind of style. It's so cool.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was such a great conversation. Do you want to finish with something, Dennis?
Again?
Again.
Again. I don't.
I don't
I
have
stick with the
another.
same thing. I don't. We have to remember who we are. That
I'm nothing.
we're
I'm nothing.
Okay, no, this is deja vu, man. Okay.
I'm nothing. I am nothing. I am nothing. Truly nothing.
the more I know, the more I know, more I know. I know nothing.
Yes, yes. It's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. Just, I think that should have been the first. Look, I should have done that because look, now you look like a.
I don't like Obi-Wan anymore.
No, I just look. Let's see. Let me play some.
Oh,
Now, oh my God, I wanted. Yeah, now you're in the middle.
you could do like the Brady Bunch.
Yeah. Yes, yes. Let's see another option. Oh no, no, no. Oh my God. Oh. Look, that guy looks like he's right now. Will isn't right now. Is traveling. He's traveling.
All around the screen.
Yeah. Cool. It was a pleasure having you. This conversation. I hope this video can be rescheduled to play it because it lasted more than 2 hours. What we need to do, William, we used to do 24 hours in Monterrey, the radio station where I started, 99X, 99 Energy 99. It was a great station. Now it's called D99. But we used to do something, the marathon, which is 24 hours. Every DJ has to be 24 hours on air, right? It was a great thing. 7 days, or something like that. It would be nice to do like a 12 hours, right? At least. Like you start at, let's say, at 10 at night, and then you go all the way 10 in the morning. Whoever wants
So,
to
like,
join. Wouldn't it be nice?
10-hour shift.
Yeah, no, 12, 10 to 10.
12-hour shift, yeah.
So if you want to talk about what do you want to talk about? And then everyone is welcome to come join. Wouldn't it be nice?
That'd be cool.
I miss doing stuff like that, but
Let's do it. Let's fucking do it. Why
I don't
not?
I don't know how. I just don't know this technology that well.
No, I do. So I can do that. Look, I'm gonna start. Give me 5. Give me 5. Give me 5, Primo. No, it's the other way. The other one.
You're on acid.
Hey, okay, do it. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Let's see. Do it.
It'd be funny as if your hand went through the other screen.
Yeah. That's the funny
That would be
thing.
scary. That would be scary.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it is good. Hey, you do it. Aymerich. When I cross it with your other hand,
Yeah.
you gotta know. You got disappear from outside like this, and then touch yourself like this. No, with your other hand, with your right hand, right arm. Stretch it all the way. Stretch it all the way. Yes. I want to go like this.
Espérame, me pica el culo.
Mira. Okay.
Las nalgas, por favor.
Look, someone wants to read my poem. No, better not. Well, anyway, I'm not drunk. I haven't drink anything. It was a club soda, and my
It's
cup
acid.
is the acid I took last night. I'm just kidding. Nah, not really. Great conversation. Okay, let's play.
You You can buy this at atlradiox.com.
Yes. Wait, how you're with Shopify, right? You're with Shopify?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
let's see.
You could get the logo
What's
with
the
the
store?
Mona Lisa flipping you off. You gotta go
Is
to the
it
website.
Star? Oh, the website. What is the website?
atlradiox.com, and then hit shop.
RadioX.com. Yo también tengo ATL Radio X. You were Shopify, right?
Yeah. If you go onto the website and then you click shop, you can get the mug.
Okay, great.
Our logo.
Is it working? Is it working with you? For you? Do you like? Is it worth it?
If you don't try to sell anything heavy, yeah. I mean, you can get it to where the company makes it for you and ships it for you. If you are selling stuff out of your own house, your own artwork, or say whatever, it's really hard because you have to keep up with it.
Yes.
And if you get a lot of people buying stuff, they don't want to wait too long. So you're going to be spending your time packing and shipping.
Yes, and but I heard that they were not very good distributing. I mean, they take too long to produce like a T-shirt or something.
It depends who you use. You can use a whole bunch of different companies. I use print something. I can't really remember, and they're pretty quick.
Okay.
As long as you keep up with it, because the money goes to you, and then before it goes into your bank account, you have to agree to what the person shopped for. Then the other company takes their cut, and you take what's left.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll talk about that. Thank you so much for being with me. I'm going to say bye-bye to our friends. Today we were talking about supernatural beliefs in culture, from ancient rituals to modern phenomena. Taylor Swift always travel with humanity.
No.
Okay, one more thing. I just want to say, do not forget the missing out song. Did you fart on purpose? The missing out. Oh, you say.
Oh, that's my little button thing. Remember, you bought that for me.
I said, okay. The missing out song is out on the 9 in all platforms. We're producing this song for you and for people to listen. If they like it, please share it. Also, we have a short film coming. The viewing party is coming and on September 10th. Okay. Thank you. I hope you like it.
Mana.